Hey y'all, so I'm going to do a little tutorial on the hot wire foam factory tools, sculpting tools. And I have a few of them that I have been working with today and on this project. The first one is the sculptor's tool, or the not sculptor's tool, the engraver. Again, this is hot wire foam factory. And this is good for making pavers, cobblestone, such as this. And again, you just want to do pavers. You're just going to take it and go around, just like rocks. You also can create brickwork like that as well. You can do pathways. So, and if you want to use it on other stuff, you can do all kinds of things. There is also more detailed tutorials on the Hot Wire Foam Factory website, where they actually will show you how to use each one of these two tools as well. This is a pro sculpting tool. You can see that the blade on it is a little bit thicker. And I do use this, and actually it comes with a few different blades. But I used this one when I wanted to carve out this kind of drive roadway here out of that styrofoam. And again, I used this particular sculpting tool. And this is this is my pro sculptor tool. And it does come with a thinner wire as well. I chose this one because I chose this as more of a blade. And then this is a wand. I can't remember. I think this one is an 8-inch wand, if I'm not mistaken. So this is really great if you want to bore out a hole for, your plugs that you can kind of snake those through. I also will use it in this respect if I'm cutting through thick styrofoam, just as a knife rather than use my my hot knife. And then this is the Pro Power Station, which I really like this one the best. I have had the other adapters for the craft tools, but they've burned out on me fairly quickly after minimal use. So Hot Wire Foam Factory was really good about replacing those. And I just had to go with the Pro Power Station. This thing has just been phenomenal. I have used it now for, I reckon it's probably been about 3 years now. But as you can see, you can plug your Pro tools are going to have the female adapter, and then your craft tools are going to have the male. And you're going to use it just like that, but one at a time. And then you would just turn it on, and that green light's going to come on. And then you would turn on the button for whatever tool you're using to on, and it's going to heat up, and it is going to get pretty hot. So I always say, please use extreme caution with these things, and use in a very well ventilated space. Windows open, ceiling fans on. If you have a mask to use, use that. It's up to you, but use at your discretion. And please be very careful. I hope that has shed a little bit of light on how to use these. You can see where I have already hot wire sculpted out the river bed, and that was with the sculpting tool, and I am going to plaster this now because otherwise the acrylic paint will seep through. And it gives it a good base as well. And that's what I'm going to get started on now. And I just use rolls of plaster cloth. It's a triple roll. This is Woodland Scenics brand. So 8" by 15 yard. And I'm going to cut it approximately about the width of the riverbed. And I don't want to go too long because it's a mess to work with anyway. So let alone in small pieces. And then I'm just going to lay that right on there. Kind of press it in. Don't get too rough with it. My riverbed is dry. The plaster has been painted with burnt umber and black mixture. That has been 24 hours drying. And I went ahead and poured the Royal Langnickel Essentials pouring medium into the riverbed. And here I am laying in polyfill in the areas where I wish to see a great water movement, such as whitewater rapids. And I think that this polyfill gives it a great effect to achieve that, more so than Mod Podge, which I have used in the past over 2-part epoxy to give and create that movement in the water. This works really well. Also creates that nice resistance to catch the white paint off your paintbrush when you are adding that color to create the whitewater rapid effect. And if you want to get a little more texture, sometimes the paintbrush, depending, won't give you quite the lift, but a tongue depressor certainly works really well. And you know, y'all might find something else too that works great, you know, to get the look that you're after. But you can see how you can get a little bit more lift with the tongue depressor. The riverbed is almost complete. It is dry, and I will be starting painting the white over that polyfill. And here you can see I've already done part of it, and I'm going to come in with some more of that Americana titanium white acrylic paint. This is a dry brush technique. There is no water added at all. We're just dry brushing it on fairly lightly and creating that look of rapid water, rapid movement, and that polyfill creates that resistance on your brush to give you the white cap appearance of waves, and also the effect that water is splashing up on the side, as you can see.